Hello, hello, hello. Good afternoon. It's Pip here, queenpipcards.com. How are you? It is our Moody Monday live. I'm going to be talking to you about a few things. Cactus. Love a cactus. And we're going to do some create as I go. As Claire would call it. Create as I go with timeless tulips. So we're going to have a few bits and pieces going on today. Hopefully you can all join me. Oh, my tea's gone cold. There we go. I'm going to finish off that then. Hello everybody. Happy March. It is March. Can you believe that? I'm going to start off with some of this though. We're not going to leave that for later. Hi Jane. Nice to see you, honey. It's good. Had fun on Saturday. Hey Nicola, how are you? Good, I hope. Hi Lisa Jane. Everybody coming on. Good. Okay, so as I said, we're going to be looking at flowering cactus. So we're going to do it round the other way this time. Okay, so we're going to talk about card makers who have die cutting machines and stuff. Hi Sheila. So anyone who's got a die cutting machine or is a little bit more of an avid crafter, shall we say. We're going to start with you guys, then we're going to work into our more simple card making, which anyone can do, whether you're an avid card maker or a new time card maker. Hi Ange. So that's what we're going to start with. We're going to start by looking at the Flowering Cactus product medley, which it was the feature of our one-day winter retreat. Oh, I've got a croaky voice. Yes, we had our one-day winter retreat on Saturday. It was, oh no, I've dropped my felt flowers. Hold on. Oh, there they go. Yep, they're alive. It was a busy day. It was a long day, but it was a good day. And I just wanted to share with you what you get in your Flowering Cactus product medley. So I'm just getting everything out. So you get the stamps and you get the dies. Okay. You get a pack of papers. This is all I have left because I've used loads. But you get 48 sheets, so you get 8 each of various designs. Hi Alison. One of which has this clever one here, which coordinates with the dies. So if you don't feel like stamping one day, or if you're stuck somewhere without a stamp, then you can at least cut some of these things out, cut some of the images out straight from the paper pack, which is quite cute. And then it has 2 reels of twine. Hi Jules. And it has the felt flowers. Now I have used that many felt flowers, and I have done one whole class, one whole retreat twice, because you have to make them and then I have to video them, and another set of cards, and I've still got all this left. So you can see how much you could get from one product medley. Okay, so it might sound like it's an expensive purchase because you're buying it all together, all in one, but it really isn't, because you're getting so much value for it. So I'm going to give you a sneak peek of a couple of the cards. This one's from one of the classes that I did. Okay, so it's a simple card, but it's just one of the ones that I did for one of my classes with the cactus. Okay, and then this was another one showing you how you can get those lovely cutouts in the cactus. I love those, and they're great. They're cute, so cute. And see how these felt flowers look? They look great on my gherkins, as I call them. And then this was one of the cards that we did for retreat, which I'm calling you can't see that. I'm calling it an internal trellising card, internal trellis card, because it looks like that when you stand up. It's cool, huh? So my retreat will go up for sale this week, as will my card class. So if you want to buy those up from my tutorial shop, they'll be up there. But I thought I would just share with you. That's not all we did. We did a double Z fold, we did an internal trellis, we did a secret message, and then we had the other 4 cards and another 3 cards. So we had quite a lot at our retreat, as always. But I'm going to use one of the sheets of paper today, this one, and we're going to use this. We're going to do some stamping, and then I'm going to do some cutting. and I'm going to show you how you can use these pieces that you can cut out. Okay, and then I've got a few other bits that I've already die cut out, because you know me, I like to be ahead of the game. So I've cut out a few of two of these flowers I've got, and then these sort of spiky things. Okay, they come from one of the dies, and they're just great for adding little tiny flowers to your cactus. And then we will use one of these sheets and cut out some of these to fit on there, but we're going to do some stamping first. So these images, to me, always require, I think, a little bit of additional colouring to them. Okay. Hi Becky. Hi Margaret. How am I? I think I've got a cold, actually. Somebody said to me on one of my retreat guests on Saturday said, "Are you okay? You sound a bit whatever." I just think I've got a cold. I'm very snuffly. I don't know why. So yeah, thank you for asking. But I think, yeah, I'm just a little snuffly. But apart from that, I'm doing all right. We're doing okay. Right, so I have here my three colours. I've got my mint macaron, my calypso coral, and my mossy meadow. We're going to use mint macaron to start off with. And I'm just inking up my cactus like that. Nice, juicy. Then I'm going to bring in a dauber. And I love my daubers just for adding a bit of extra colour to a stamp. So before you stamp it, you're just going to ink that up. And all you're doing is you're just adding a bit of darkness. You can sort of see as you turn it over. Make sure you're getting enough ink on there, and you can add a bit down there. Right, there we go. And you can kind of see, can you see that as I put that over like that? It's just a little bit different sort of colour green. So I'm going to pop that down there. Was it Murky Monday up there with you, Leslie? Oh, and you've been a bit sniffly as well, Becky. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's spring, isn't it? Something's going around. There we go. Oh, mine haven't been anywhere. That's the thing for me. I haven't been anywhere. Okay, so there's my little cactus. Nicely stamped. Now, he does need a bit of grounding, actually. I didn't bring my crumb cake. Where's my crumb? No, that's a brown. I mean, a silver. Oh, that's a grey even. That's the word I'm looking for. Crumb cake, that's what I'm after. Right, here we go. Thought I was all organised. Find out I'm not. Always the way. Right, here we go. Hello, Sue. Okay, so here we are. We're just going to put a little bit of, just a little bit of ground underneath my cactus. I think that's, you can't really see, but I think that's sort of underneath. There we go, lovely. Just so it looks like it's sitting on something. It's always handy to have it sort of sitting. Put another one over there, and then I like the little one, so I'll put the little one in there as well. And these are just little pieces of ground, like so. And they don't have to be at the same height or whatever, because you know the ground can go up and down. So that's going to be that for that. And then I'm going to put a little one in here. And for this one I'm going to go straight in with my mossy meadow. And people say, oh, why did you choose cactus? Well, I chose cactus because Sean's got cactus and they started flowering, and I thought they're just gorgeous. So why don't we have some of that? Now you can see that you could actually just keep going with this and just doing the stamping, but if I added some flowers on to this stamped, then they might sort of go over the top of that. So I've just die cut a couple of those out, and we can use them as flowers for that one. Then I'm going to use this cut out piece, the spikies, to sort of put flowers all the way along the spiky edge of this cactus here. So they're going to sort of sit there-ish like that. And then maybe another little one in here. just so we've got some colour going across the whole piece of that. Can you see all right? I'm just slightly concerned that you can't see very well. Yep. Is that better? Does that help? That helps a little bit, doesn't it? Let's just move you up a bit. I think you're a bit low. There we go. Can you see better now? Yeah, I think you can see better now. That's better. Okay, so we'll do that. And then I'm going to die cut this little puppy here. So to do that, the easiest thing to do is just to cut it out of the paper to start off with, because you want to make sure that you can get it through the machine. There we go. And obviously that will bring in the same Calypso coral colour. Hi Joe. Quick visit during your lunch. Yes, that's why this is here, just to cheer you up at lunchtime if you've been having a bad morning. You can see okay, Jane. All right, that's good. So I've got my little mini. Then I'm going to, obviously you can use the normal standard size as well. It's only because this fits better onto my table. You know, I'm short of space here, although Sean and I have been discussing how to get me some more room. And I've just had a thought that actually I might not use the one that's Calypso coral, because I'm going to want to put some felt flowers. So I think I might bring in this dark green one actually. And then I can add the Calypso coral flowers and they'll show up a bit more. So there we go, bit of crafting on the fly again. Create as I go, that's what I'm doing. So this is the dark version. And then we'll just line that up. Stick it down with a bit of washi. Doesn't need to be stuck properly down, just needs to be stuck enough so it can go through the machine. There we go. Out it comes the other side. Sorry for the shaky. There we go. And then move that out of the way. Here we go. And then we have a nice little unstick it from the washi tape. There we go. Now when you put that on there, it's going to have a little bit of a white bit, because you do when you do a bit of die cutting. So I'm just going to come in a smidge. And I know it's like, oh, but you're not die cutting it then, now you cut out by hand. And I am, but only this little bit here, because the rest of it doesn't matter if it's got white around it. Do you know what I mean? Because nobody's going to notice that so much. There we go. Because it's white on white, no one's going to notice that. But it just means he can sit firmly with his bottom sitting on the stamped piece there behind. Okay, the other thing you could do is put a slit in the card and do it that way and slide him in behind, but quite frankly that's a lot more faff than doing it this way. I'm not in for faffing. You know me, it's quick and simple, quick and easy, that's what I like. Right, so now we're going to assemble. So the way I do this is I know where I want them, so then I put the glue on here and here and then here and then here, and then I know I go back and put those on. These I'm going to put on dimensionals, little mini ones, so we'll put those on. And you could probably fit a big dimensional, but it might be a bit tight, so this way it's easier with two little ones. You can get them going perfectly. And I'm just leaving that to dry a little bit before I put the thingies on. Okay, put that on. There we go. Right, and then that can go over there like so. Right, now before I pick it up and get glue everywhere, I get my lovely little take my pick, stick it down. Sure, that is that the right way up? No. Sometimes they turn themselves over. I know the right way up because it's got slight sort of, there we go. It's slightly rounded when it goes through the dies, so it makes it a bit more roundy. And there's no real right or wrong way of popping these down. It's just however you fancy. Okay. And then I'm going to put that onto the card base, I think, first. Hi, Alison. You've had a moody Monday, haven't you? Work. God, dear. That's not good. I'm glad I can be here and cheer you up of an afternoon. There you go. It's not good having to go in on your day off, is it, eh? Sean went in today and discovered that the brakes weren't working properly on the car, which is not good. We only had it serviced on Friday. So something's happened to it since then. So this I've just cut down to be the whole front of a card base. So that's 14.9 by 10.5. Just because I like the colour and I wanted to have a nice border around it. This is one down from that, which, sorry, two down from that. So this is 13.9 by 9.5. Make sure it's the right way up. And then you see that leaves that nice size border all the way around. Just like that. There we go. Like so. Now we've got this little sausage one here. I don't know, it reminds me of an alien. I feel like it should have eyes as well. I did one with googly eyes the other day. So cute. Of the big ones. As soon as I saw that, I wanted to put googly eyes on it and stick a smiley mouth on it. So I did that. What have I done with that? That was my pillow gift for my Stampin' Extravaganza. We had googly-eyed cacti, I should say, which is quite cool. Okay, so then that goes on there, like so. And then we can add a few of these things. Now they're all different. So you've got sort of pointy ones, round ones, big round ones, stitched, extra dotty ones, stitched ones, star-shaped ones. Cool. So I don't know which one I want to put on at the moment. I'm thinking this one, but that's a little big for that. So probably the next, maybe that one. Oh, that's quite cute. Stick one of those, and then maybe one of, or even that one. That one's dinky. That one's dinkier too. Got to go with the right size for the right size cactus, I think. And then, have we got any small? Is that the smallest one we've got of that, I think? So we could put one up there and one down there. That looks okay, like so. Oh no, work closed. Oh dear, that's not good, Alison. Oh no, I hope you guys are all right. Let me know, won't you, honey? That's, that doesn't bode well, does it, when you've got to close the whole thing? Right, so that's there. I'll put that one down there, and I'm just using multi-purpose glue again. Need something that will soak in. It's not great with dimensionals, these. They don't stick well enough. And then if you want to add a sentiment to it, then I recommend using, you can obviously stamp it direct if you're confident enough to do that, but if you're not confident enough to do that, then I like happy looks good on you. I also do like life can get kind of prickly, because sometimes life can get kind of prickly, like the fact that school's closed, so that's not good. Right, and then I'm going to stamp this in Mossy Meadow on a scrap piece of card and punch that out with the classic label punch, because it fits perfectly. Doesn't matter if you get your sentiment upside down or not, and it just gives you, it means you can just add it on top with some dimensionals. Okay, I think that's good on you. Now these flowers, I reckon you could use on anything. I think you could use them on any kind of florally thing. Bit of a stem, bit of a leaf going on. Chuck a few felt flowers on. They don't have to go on cactus. You know, they're so just general flowers. aren't they, these ones? I think you could put them on anything. So, you know, experiment, give them a go. I haven't yet, but I think I will. They won't go on my next card because that's tulips, and I don't think they'll fit very well with that. Although they might fit as extras, who knows? We'll see. But definitely, like if you had a leaf or something like the pretty perennials, you've got some leaves on there, you could just pop them on there. Okay, and then happy looks good on you, sort of off centre, make sure it's straight. There we go, card number 1 for today. What do you think? You like cactus? Who likes cactus? Give us a thumbs up if you like cactus, because I always like to know whether people do or don't. It's funny, isn't it? Some people said that they hadn't even thought about this in the catalogue. I always do that to my retreat people. They hadn't thought about it, but when they got it, they loved it. So, isn't that cute? And then, of course, on the inside, because we shouldn't leave our inners blank, we can just add a little cactus to the inside. So we can go and grab this little puppy. You like it, Nikki? That's good. Excellent. Cool, cool. There we go. Let's pop a little bit of this, and we can do that whole sponging thing again with the dauber. Oh, lovely. Thank you very much, everybody. Lots of thumbs up. Good. I'm glad you like it. And again, pop on some of the green. I've got probably enough left just to give it a bit of a tone-on-tone look. There we go. It's probably not even going to go on that side. It's probably going to be on that side. It might take some of your ink off. That's the only thing you have to be careful. Oh, thanks, Kay. Oh, I'm glad, Anne. That's good. Yeah, you like cactus. I do too. I mean, they're sort of prickly, but, you know, nice. And they're so different. Sean's got 4 different cactus on the windowsill upstairs, and they're all doing brilliantly well. And you can, the really funny thing is, you can tell when they're thirsty because they shrink. They physically shrink. It's hilarious. So we've got one of the ones that looks like a gherkin, right? So the one that looks like this, we've got one of these spiky things, and they are just, he's so funny because he's grown tall and tall and tall and tall, but when he's got water in him, he's quite fat. And then as he gets thirsty, he sort of starts to shrink down. And then it's like you have to feed them before they start feeding on themselves. Apparently they start to eat themselves from the inside out if you don't drink them, if you give them enough water. So, so we have to make sure we keep an eye on him and not let him get too thin. It's like he's an anorexic cactus who needs to give him some water. It's so funny. But yeah, I didn't know that, but Sean's been reading up on his cactus. And then the other one gets really fat and then round because he's more like this one. And then he starts to get a little bit skinny as well, and you just know they need a drink, so it's good. Hey! So Joe's first order arrived this morning. Woohoo! Oh, you need to take a picture of the box and send us a picture of what you got in our crafty corner group. We always love an unboxing. An unboxing is an event. So oh yeah, no, this is a lovely set, I have to say. And you can get a refill pack. So even if you used all the felt, all the papers and all of the twine, you just get a refill pack, which is quite cool. So there you go. So there's our little cactus. I think I've done this one a little bit long actually. I need to just trim off that edge. Look at that. It needs trimming. Got left a little bit extra on my papers for some reason. Not sure why. There we go. Cool. Jane says she hardly used the stamps on. I know, Jane, you just used the dies and the cutout, didn't you? But I think either of it works, and you've still got the stamps afterwards, even if you want to go back. So that's that one. So as I say, made a few in case you missed the ones at the beginning. This is just one of the ones we did at retreat, and then these are 2 of the ones I did for my other cactus class with my demo only day. So there we go. So there's just a few ideas for you. Oops. Bring them in. I've zoomed in too much now, you can't see anything. But yes, hopefully you can see those, like so. There. So yes, so that's the flowering cactus medley. which is for those people who do have die cutting machines and are happy to do die cutting and stuff like that. But there are some people who are just starting out, haven't got a die cutting machine, don't have anything yet. One of the things I would recommend is that you get the scrub or the chamois. The scrub looks like this, and you need to buy some mist with it. You get a big bottle these days, not a small bottle, but this has got a wash and dry side on it. So you wash on this side and then you dry on this side, and it gets your stamps clean of ink. And I have to say, this was one of the very first purchases that I made, and it is the best thing. I now have about 8 of them because I bought them all for classes. Now I don't need all 8 of them now, so I just swap them in and out as I need to. But it does get your stamps, keeps your stamps looking really good, keeps your stamps looking really clean and sticky so that they can pick up the ink correctly. Okay, if you haven't got one of those, then wash it under a tap and leave them to dry, and then they'll come up great. Do not use anything fluffy on them that has little threads that can come out. That's been specially designed to work with them, but don't use a tea towel or something like that, and not unless it's a microfiber one, because it'll leave little tiny fibers on your stamps, and then next time you go and stamp anything, yeah, it's going to have little tiny fibers on your stamps that then leave gaps. They get onto your ink pads, they leave gaps. It's horrendous. You think the one in the middle looks like a running man with pom-poms? Yes. Oh, right, okay, yeah. Ange loves the scrub, and the mist does smell divine. Yeah, it does, smells lovely. Right, okay. So, for those people who don't have a die cutting machine, but still want to make pretty things, I got given a gorgeous bouquet of flowers on Friday by a friend who dropped them off, and they were tulips, which are one of my favourite flowers, and they are just gorgeous. So I thought I would today show you how you could replicate what they look like, and I'll take a picture of them and I'll put them up on my feed, because I haven't had a chance to take a picture of them yet. But yeah, you need to clean my blocks as well. Don't look, Alison. But I want to show you how you could use your blends with your inks, so you and a punch. That's all you need. So you don't have to have lots of fancy stuff if you don't want to. You know, if you don't want to go down the route of having what's the word I'm looking for? A die cutting machine. There we go. Or anything like that. Then you can still make beautiful cards. Obviously, if you like the dies and the die cutting, that's great. But some people don't have room, although the mini helps with that, I have to say, because it is so tiny. But some people just don't want to, and that's also fine. Card making is about what you want to do and making things your way. That's what I like about it so much. So we're going to pop some leaves on here. This one will have to go on here because I don't have another. Where's my other small block? Let's pop that on there. There we go. And I can put that one on there. It's always best to have a block that's as close to the size you should, you know, to the image as possible. Okay, so I am going to grab if I've got one, hopefully in here. Ooh, no, that's not one. That's pink, 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 pink. Da, da, da. Oh, I thought I had a. Oh, there we go. So we're going to go real red. And we're going to look for a mango melody, and then now some of you will remember that we used Timeless Tulips last year at the Create It show that was on in Farnborough. Some of you who joined us then. Now, is that Mango Melody? I think that is Mango Melody. Oh, I like the crushed curry. That's Mango Melody. There we go. There we go. Right. So yes, you might remember that, but I'm going to try and make them a little bit. It's hard to make them very different because, quite frankly, a tulip is a tulip is a tulip. It's going to look pretty much like a tulip no matter what you would do or say. But I'm just going to do hopefully a tulip design that you'll like. So So I'm just going to score my card in half at 10.5. There we go. Yeah, Jules, if you haven't got a scrub yet, then definitely a scrub is a good thing to get. Right, then we will have a 9.5 by 13.9. Just going to check this is straight. Yep, that's all right. Yep. Okay. I just randomly found a piece card. I think it's the right size, but I just wanted to double check it wasn't crooked or anything. Okay, so that's going to go there. That's lovely. That's going to go there. That's lovely. Excellent. I love those colours together. Red and Mango Melody. I'm going to grab my mat. Okay. Put my mat in. Because I am going to go over the edge, so I apologise for it making your eyes go funny. And here I have my 3 colours, my Real Red, my Mango Melody, and I'm going for Pear Pizzazz. Could go for Granny Apple Green, but actually maybe I should go for Granny Apple Green. Yeah, no, let's go Granny Apple Green. Let's keep it really bright. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is put some stems in, and then this will determine where my flowers are going to sit. I want one sort of there-ish, and I'm not going to worry if these cross over, because in a vase they do cross over, you know, they're not perfect, and in some cases they're very sort of floppy. So we can just, this one's going to be sort of meandering up here in the middle. Don't want it. No, actually I'm not going to put that. I'm going to do leaves instead. Here we go. So we're going to have some leaves coming out. In fact, the tulip leaves actually come out the other way. They're actually thicker at the base and thinner towards the top. So, but this one looks like it's coming out this way. This one here. Okay, so I do actually want to put this one in here, like I thought I did, down here, like so. Okay, so what we have is just some basic floral bases, and I'm going to stamp my tulips in Mango Melody. And this one's going to come over here. Oh dear, that's, where's my ink gone? That's very light. Okay, might have to redo that one. Might have to rethink that one. This one's going to come here. Like so, that's a bit better. That's what it should look like. A little bit more juicy than that. Obviously, my ink's only in one spot. I'm going to put this one up here, like so. And then I'm going to stamp this large one. Thought I'd managed to re-ink this all over, but obviously not. I'm going to get my scrap piece back out again that I had. Hopefully that's going to be big enough for my tulip. There we go. Okay, so looking at my tulips that I have here in a pot behind me, they start with red at the very bottom. So down here, they're actually pretty red. So I'm just adding a touch of that red. I think these ones are called Mickey Mouse because I think I've got these ones growing in my garden. Okay, so we can just add a bit of red there. Then go a bit lighter. And then going over what we've done before. And they sort of go up the centre, like the outside of each flower a bit. And they're going to come in this one as well. And have a bit showing just in there. And this is basically just adding some blends, some Stampin' Blends on top of your ordinary ink. And because our ink is water-based ink, we can do that and it doesn't matter. It just works perfectly. And it is quite a dramatic colour. You know, the flowers are not wishy-washy at all. This red is stunningly bright on these tulips. So although you might think, oh, it's a bit dark, Pip, that is exactly what it's like in real life. So I'm just going to copy what it does in real life, because obviously that's how it's supposed to be. So you can keep going with your blending. And then you can go back in and do a bit more with your thing, and you can actually take the outside and do a bit of flicky bits, just gently, almost not touching, just to get some colour going there. Okay, I think I want that one a bit more red up the side. There we go. And then go back in. Hi Celine, how are you? And I'm going to go back in with some more mango, this time with the thick end. Again, just blending that all the way in. And it's not going to go completely merged, but if you just leave that for a bit, it will get more and more mergy as you go. Now this one's going to be tricky because this one's almost starting from nothing, because this one didn't have no ink on the ink pad, so that's okay, because we'll just keep going with the red and the yellow, and then hopefully we'll put our own definition in, so that's okay. Touches of red in there. Okay, then the lighter, way up, lighter in there, and then back to the mango. Thank you. Oh good, I'm glad you're okay over there. It's lovely to have you on joining us today. There we go. So some people call this something else. They call it like no line colouring and stuff. I just call it colouring personally. It's just a different way of using your blends with the colours that you already have. Now this one is going to be very no line because there's not really any lines there, because my stamp pad didn't have any detail. I didn't have any ink on it at this point, but don't worry about that. It still looks like a tulip. Still got that tulip shape. We're still putting in our petals, and I think I only brought the dark one with me, so we can put in some added dark just along there so that we can see that's the petal line, and we can do the same thing here, so we can see this is a petal line, and then we can go and merge these in from underneath. And I'm not even bothering really at this point with some light and dark shadowy shading. I'm just trying to put the colours in, because the colours are so bright that you can't really tell light and shade so much at this point. I mean, obviously this is going to be in the dark, but we're not even bothering with that in a minute. Just putting in the colour. Now the other way you can do this is you can just add ink to the ink pad, you know, like with a dauber, like we did before, but you wouldn't be able to get it right down into the heart of the petals like that, because you wouldn't be able to be that precise with a dauber. Whereas adding it with colouring, you can be a little bit more precise with where you want it to be. Make sure you go back over where you've been. That helps to bring that bit in. They're looking stunning, says Alison. Oh, thank you very much. They're not looking bad, I have to say. Love a bit of colouring. especially on a moody Monday when you're not feeling very up for anything. I have to say, I don't know whether I have come down with anything or not. I haven't really met anybody or seen anybody. I mean, I got my flowers obviously, but they're all right. So I don't know. I think it's everything else going on at the moment that's probably doing me in, but that's okay, we can survive. Right, there we go. Oh, it's not too bad. And they'll merge a little bit more as you leave them, and then you can always go back at it. You know, the nice thing about blends is you can go back in again, because you can see how much it's coming through underneath, and that means that we are really laying down the colour nicely to enable us to do that additional mixing. And it's that mixing that works so nicely. It just gives them a bit of life. Okay, so that's that one. And then the last one is the biggest one. And again here, I'm going to follow the bottom line. I hope that you're able to see my colouring here when I'm not too much in the shadow. Okay, looks all right. And again, I want to come up the sides. We'll do a little bit in here, but mainly it's this. It's these back ones that have the deep red. Now you can see in this one it's actually got lots more lines that you could sort of follow along with if you wanted to. The structure of the tulip is a bit more defined. Just going to dot a few bits in here, just so it's showing in the throat of the flower. Back in with my lighter one, covering everything I've done, so we can really get that blending going. Taking that up to the side. Thing is, I can go back and I can have a look at my tulips and I can see. Oh. Sorry about that. Somebody was calling my phone and I forgot to switch it off. Sorry. So yes, I could go back and I can have a look at the flower and actually see where it is in real life, and that's always helpful if you've actually got a real life flower in front of you to go back. Oh, you've been playing with this one as well. I know, it's because it's spring, isn't it? Spring is here, Donna, and we're off and we're like, oh, springtime flowers, let's get the tulips out. So yeah, I'm not surprised. It's a great set. I'm actually going to leave the white sections that the stamp set has here just for some added shading. So let's see here, it's got this white coming down. I'm going to leave that. Helps to blend the petals into petal shape. Okay. This one's going to need a little bit more dark to it at the bottom. It's a bit too orangey. Put an extra bit dark down here. And the good thing is, as you lay it down, it automatically, you can just see it start to go in. So that's great. Lovely. And then with our trusty punch, because you were thinking, oh, she's going to have to cut that out by hand, but no, there is a punch. So you can slide your tulip in and go to the right angle and pop it out. It does actually do the leaf as well, so if you wanted to stamp some leaves you could do that too. And I have actually got my light granny apple green, so this one's going to sort of sit here as a foreground flower, much larger than the rest. And I have actually got some my Granny Apple Green blend, so we can just add an extra bit of blending to those leaves as well, add a bit more vibrancy. See how it brings the actual ink to life almost? It's very odd how it does that. It's great. I've no idea how it works, but it works. I don't need to know, I just need to know how to use it. That's what I say. Right, okay, so then we want to put a little sentiment on that. And the words in here are hello, happy birthday, happy Mother's Day, get well soon, blah blah blah. What a beautiful difference one single life makes. That's nice. Happy Easter, happy spring, happy everything. Could be doing that one. I like hello though. I'm a very simple girl and I like just using hello. Obviously you could use this for a Mother's Day card. I won't be doing that obviously this year, but that's beside the point. Other people will be, so yes, you could definitely do that. And I quite like the idea of just a little hello just down there. And I'm going to put it in red, I think. Put this in red. See where I'm going. I'm gonna have to headbutt the light. Hold on a second. Just want to make sure it's sort of straight. Oh, that's not bad. Okay, phew. That's good. Right, so then before I put that together, I'm going to take that off, move this out of the way so it's not zizzing your eyes anymore. There we go. You can see it hopefully a little bit better now. You could always use a punch and punch something out. If you wanted to, you could also add like a little bow or some flat. I'm just having a look down here, see if there's anything I can think of that would go nicely. We've got our bumblebee, which might be quite nice as a bow. So we might just do a little bow and see what it looks like. But I won't put it on until I know whether I'm happy with it or not. But we could just do a little bow. I quite like a little bow. Especially one you can squish. This one you can squish quite flat, so I like flat bows. That's quite nice. We'll see. We'll see what it looks like when it's put together. Tell me if you like the bow or not. That's the thing. Give us a bow thumbs up or a bow thumbs down. Actually, I don't know. Don't give me a thumbs down. Facebook doesn't like it if you don't like my stuff. So give us a thumbs up if you like it, or just not if you don't. So we'll do that on a poll. There we go. Right. So see, there's no reason why you can't do something. That's just with a few pens. And you get them in packs of 2. So you'd get 2 yellow, 2 red, 2 green. Susan says she likes the bow. Right. Okay. That's good. And you know, so with 3 colours, and I mean a green and a yellow you can use for anything and anywhere, and red you could use for Christmas when it comes around. So it's a good three set of colours to get. You're not going to be annoyed that you got those 3 colours, if you see what I mean, in blends. And then I'll pop this down here like so. There we go. Oh, it's just stunning colours. Right, then we'll add this with dimensionals, because you know I think it's going to look much better if we have dimensionals. I think 3 will probably be okay, because we could even curve this one a little bit, and I would curve them downwards, to be honest. Okay, I'm going to pop that on there like so, I think. There we go. And then we could put some leaves at the bottom of this one. Actually, it's looking a bit kind of on its own. Might put some leaves on that. Stamp a couple of leaves. No bow for Anne. Right, okay. See what we think when we've got some leaves going on. Now the leaf that gets punched out is this one, so we can stamp it, punch it, see what we think. If we like it, we can do another one. I just feel like it needs something. I feel like it needs some leaves coming up from the stems over it a little bit. I don't know. Maybe like this. I know we're hiding that one at the back there though, that's the only thing. And then this one has to go the other way around because you can't, it's going to punch that way no matter what. And there is a way of doing it so that you can colour it on the other side or whatever, but it's just a bit of a faff. So, you know me, simple does. Simple girl. So, that's the only thing. This one's going to come up the other way. That might look alright. Might look okay. I don't know. Not sure about the leaves. Maybe if we just pop them both down from a bit further down, that would look a bit better, I think. Maybe. What do we think? I kind of feel like it needs leaves. Do you like that? You like that with the leaves, Jules? Because I think without the leaves it just looks a little bare. I don't know. It's hard to tell, isn't it? Maybe just put some leaves randomly. Yeah, that might look a bit better, just to fill in a couple of the... Just to sort of fill in a bit there. I think that looks a bit better. I think so. So we'll just... I think we'll glue this one. Then we can decide on the bow, because the bow might help. But I think that looks kind of good there-ish. Okay. And then the question is whether we... You like the leaves? No leaves unless on top of the others with dimensionals. I'm just conscious that that doesn't really have a leaf with it. Do you know what I mean? This one here. And tulips do tend to have... I might just put one on this side. Just there. Or not. I've put that one down now, so that one's happening no matter what. So then we've got to just decide on the bow. See, maybe with the bow we don't need the leaf. Oh, I quite like that with the leaf now that I've put the bow as well. So I think if we do the bow we have to do the leaf. Can have that leaf. Just one leaf. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking I like the leaf, but I think it does need... Oh, you know, this is where you get to that point where you go, do I add another bit? Do I add another bit? And then you go, no, leave it. Leave it. You have enough. But if I put that there, then it wouldn't look so silly with the join, I think. Bow but no other leaf. It's the bow and the leaf. Could be either, to be honest. If we do the bow and no other leaf, just the bow. Everybody's going just the bow. Okay. Well, first of all, we're going to colour in this leaf so it's like the other ones, otherwise it's going to look odd. So we'll just add a bit more greenery to that. There we go. And then we'll just add the bow. Just the bow. Okay. Then that does need a glue dot. Glue dot's the best thing for bows. Nikki's going, no bow. Isn't that just the thing? You can make the card however you like. That's what I love about it. And that's crafting. We're all so different and we all like different things. And we can all do whatever we want. If you make this at home, don't put the bow on. If somebody else, I can't remember who it was, said 2 leaves. Jane, 2 leaves. Put 2 leaves on. You like the extra leaf over the flower. See, everybody's different. I know, I kind of like it too though, Alison, I have to say. I kind of feel like it needs to have a leaf up there somehow. Actually, I quite like it like that. I might just put that one on. That one's really easy to put that one on, because then you just tuck that bit of glue under there, bit of glue up there. There. Yeah, I quite like that, just tucked in. So just tucked in and touching. No, it didn't even need a dimensional. So there we go. We'll see. I quite like that, and I quite like the simplicity of just the hello. And we could have done lots more, you know. And the thing is, if now you think and you go, oh, I could do with a little bit, just a little bit more orangey blending up there. Just go back and do a little bit more orangey blending. It's fine. It's entirely in your hands. There we go. I like that better now. So, what do you think? Timeless tulips, yes, nice. I like very much. So I'm going to pick a winner out of this lot. So if you like it, you need to comment. Tell me whether you like it with or without the bow. I don't really care. And also just share it. If you've got any friends that you think might like this video, please share it with them. Tell them about my Moody Monday pick-me-up videos, because the more the merrier, to be honest. And I like giving away things. I like giving away cards. I might even give away one of my cactus cards as well. I might get 2 prizes, 2 winners. Oh, this one's all caught up with its mechanism. But we had fun, didn't we? Tulips and cactus. Kind of similar but different. Nikki says with or without the bow. That's marvellous. Cool. So, very simple to very complicated. I love that card making can be everything in between, everything from really simple to really complex, and everything in between. And I don't do really complicated. I'm not really, I mean, my folds are probably the most complicated things that I do. I did do a very nice double Z fold, which was lovely. Oh, thanks Carol, and hello Carol, that's lovely, and Kay, thank you. So, you know, I do a bit of everything for everybody. Mostly what I do at my classes is for everybody. My retreats are a little bit more complicated. So obviously my retreats are probably for avid crafters, definitely people who've got a big shot or a stamping, cut and emboss, or a mini cut and emboss. You need a die cutting machine, mainly for my retreats. Although, yeah, you will, yeah. I was just thinking about the one coming up in May and thinking what you're going to need, and I thought maybe not, because we're going to do some colouring techniques and we're going to work with colour quite a lot, but then I thought no, we're probably going to need some dies as well. So but if you want to come to that, then the details are now up on my booking system, so you can now go and find out all about my retreat that's coming up in May. It won't tell you very much because I like to keep it a secret, but if you'd like to book in for that, you can. It gives you the price at least, so you know what you're getting, and you'll get on a 2-day retreat you'll get at least £120 worth of stash, and you will get 2 days of classes, and I always overachieve. So what might seem to be one class I don't think's enough, so I always do more. And then you always end up with more stuff. But yeah, so there you go. Jane, you can blend well. You just practice, and it looks, you know, you might think it looks, you know, if you're up close, it doesn't look great. It might not look great, but from a distance, it looks fab. And you have to remember that everybody looks at your cards generally from arm's length or on a mantelpiece. So just remember that, okay? So it doesn't have to look like a masterpiece up close, as long as it looks nice at arm's length. Alrighty, well, thanks ever so much for watching. Have a great week, everybody. I'll see you again next week. Can't remember what I'm doing next week. We'll be doing something else that's fun. And in the meantime, if you're interested, then please make sure you come and have a look at my classes that you can come along to. If you're new here and you've never been to one of my classes, they're very cash, very laid back. You can just book in, come along. Doesn't matter if you can keep up or not keep up. Some people finish, some people don't finish. We're all very chilled. So, but it's not stressy. It's never stressy. We like to do things that are just cool and just relaxable. Relaxable. That's not really a word, is it? But relaxing, so everyone has a good chill out time whilst crafting. Yes, the princess die cut and emboss is so good, the little mini princess, because she can go anywhere with you. So when we can move and go around again, the mini princess, I think, is going to come into her own. Anyway, have a lovely week. I will see you next week. Keep smiling, keep crafting, keep enjoying doing what you're doing. The sun is out here, so hopefully it'll be with you soon. Up there, Leslie. And yeah, have a good one, everybody. Thanks ever so much for watching. I'll see you again soon. Take care for now. Bye.